Welcome back to the show, everyone. The Village Reads Book Club is here with us today. Joanne and Barbara, you've got a fascinating author to talk to us about and give us all the details of this.
Kazuo Ishiguro.
You said it. He sounds like a phenomenal author.
He's brilliant.
He is a Nobel Prize winner.
Well, not only that, but is he writing specifically for movies?
No,
They
not
just
specifically for movies. More novels, and then the novels become movies.
Yes.
Yes, like The Remains of the Day.
So I didn't see that movie, but the star lineup is amazing.
I think Ishiguro is the greatest living writer. Forgive me if I offend anyone. And everyone wants to be affiliated with him because he's so brilliant.
So do you know much about his life's story, his upbringing, his childhood?
I know a bit. He was born in Japan, and he was brought to England when he was about 5. And so he spent the rest of his life growing up in England.
And his father, I can't remember if his father was in the consulate or an executive for a corporation. So he grew up in at least upper middle class Great Britain as an alien. Mm-hmm. So he's a great observer of the British life.
I imagine him, if I could make up a story about him, being a young boy, just kind of observing this larger than life, everything that he's watching his father go through, probably his mother at the same time, just sort of taking it all in.
Right. And he is quite an observer of the British life, which is, I think, interesting since he wasn't born there. But he has very good observations. But I'd like to mention or correct one thing that you said. The Village Reads isn't exactly a book club. It is an annual event that we have, and we talk about a book. But the idea is to bring the community together and hopefully meet some new people and get some new ideas and insights.
Wonderful. So thank you for that clarification.
Yeah, and unlike a book club, we have a lady named Sandra Rosencrantz who is probably the most literary, I'm doing my superlatives, the most literary of all of us. And she has made a career of lecturing on the contemporary novel. So she's the guest speaker and has been since inception. Mm-hmm. And she places the novel in the context of contemporary fiction. So after Sandra completes her talk, people are saying, we want the list of books that she's referred to because it's so, if you love to read, this is the place to go. The Village Reads on Saturday, June 14th in Clubhouse 2. It really, people love it.
And so tell me again, how many times a month, a year do you?
Once a year.
Just once a
year. And this will be our 4th time to do it here in Laguna Woods. Now, this is something that's done all over the country. Many people call it One City, One Story, or a common read. And different cities will have one book that they choose, usually in 1 month, and everyone who wants to reads it. And they have book discussions and activities that relate to the book. This actually started about 30 years ago in Seattle. Mm-hmm. And I believe the first book was To Kill a Mockingbird. So they choose titles that would have a lot of information and a lot of discussion options. And that's one of the reasons we chose this book, because there's many things to discuss in this book.
So are you encouraging readers to read it before?
Oh, absolutely.
The meeting?
Read it before. It's a very rich book. There are many topics to discuss. It's the story of an artificial intelligence helper. She's an artificial friend, and she's
kind of like an agent?
Almost. And she's purchased by a family to help with their sick child.
And that's who Clara is.
That's Clara. And she's
Claire is the AI agent.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And she's solar powered. And we live.
I need one of these.
Well, she grows to love her charge. She takes very good care of her. And we have in addition to Sandra Rosencrantz, we have a gentleman named Neil Sahota, who will talk to us about artificial intelligence and how it is in our life today and where we're going with it. Because most of us don't realize, I'm sure you do much more than we do, but most of us don't realize that it's a part of our lives now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, very much so.
Yeah, and we learned that Great Britain uses artificially intelligent seal critters, fluffy, beautiful seals, to deal with Alzheimer's patients as friends. So it's being used right now, and it's, I mean, I don't think that Clara's, some people call it dystopian fiction. I think it's far-sighted fiction.
When was this book written?
In 2006, I think. We have to check. Want me to check?
But even back then, very much ahead of its time.
Yes.
It's ahead of its time, but boy, it's going very fast. You know, we're
Well, I think we're just, as a public, just now realizing what's been going on
21.
behind the scenes.
I'm sorry, 21.
Okay. So, I mean, but, you know, AI's been around since the 60s, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a long, long time. It's just now becoming more forefront, more user-friendly. We're seeing it on a daily basis.
Remember Space Odyssey? 2001 Space Odyssey?
I don't remember that.
Oh, Hal took over the spaceship.
Is that the AI?
Uh-huh. And it was 2001, I think. So it's such it's a fabulous book. I mean, the man is a fabulous author, but it's here. It's so here. We don't even realize it.
Well, by the time the movie comes out, it's going to be old news.
I'm glad you mentioned that because there is a movie coming out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know Jenna Ortega. Do you know her?
Is that the
That
actress?
She's playing Clara.
I
She's
don't.
playing Clara.
Amy Adams.
Yeah,
She's
she's the
wonderful.
mother. Yeah, she's the mother.
Oh, she is.
She's
Yeah,
the
she
mother.
plays the mother.
And
Okay.
it's such, I mean, the story is so wonderful. The mother is going through heartbreak. Her child is sick. And how would you deal with it?
And in addition, there was another child who actually died prior to the girl who's mentioned in the book. So that's another reason that the mother is so entranced with getting this artificial friend for her daughter.
Sure, yes.
He writes about human emotions and human relationships.
And so we can all relate to that. This sounds like a novel where you pick it up and you just can't put it down.
But some people hate it.
Really?
And it's a little hard to get into.
Okay.
So we should warn anyone
That's
who's
fair.
going to read
That's
it
fair.
that it's not going to be a page turner. But there's a lot of interesting insights mentioned in the book that we hope will come out in the discussion that we will have on the 14th of June.
So let's talk about the details. Clubhouse 2, check in at 1:15, program starts at 1:45. How long does it go for?
Well, until the discussion ends,
Just wraps
but
up naturally?
probably a couple of hours.
Yes, it's longer than a normal book club. Because we have two speakers.
And we would like people to register ahead of time, and it costs $5.
And they sit at a table with 6 or 8 people, and it's like a book club in that respect. And there are some formal discussion leaders, people who are more in tune with the book and help us walk through the book or talk through the book. So that makes it more exciting. And some people have, over the years, you know, they hound us for the next book and want to know how to do it because it's such a, you know, when you get high from an experience, you get high from the Village Reads.
That dopamine drip, yeah.
Dopamine. Thank you, dear. You're very smart and pretty.
Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, you two. Well, good look at this book.
Thank you very
The
much.
Village Reads at the. So what are we calling it? The book.
The Village Reads.
The Village
Just the
Reads.
Village
The
Reads.
Village Reads. And it
14th
is a
of
book in
June.
common. It is a book in common
in
for the
common.
community.
Okay.
Yeah, 14th
Wonderful.
of June,
Okay.
1:15.
Thank you,
Register
Bree.
ahead of time, please.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us,
Thank you,
Joanne and
honey.
Barbara
Thank you.
from the Village Reads. Appreciate you being here with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
You're watching This Day on Village TV. We'll be back after these messages.